Hey guys, it's round 3. We're going to play first, and we're against a player named Drayen. I think I know what he's playing. I think he's playing a blue-red deck that has Wee Dragonauts and Delvers in it. And this hand is keepable to me. We get all of our colors, and we get a turn 2 Prism. So, no mulligan. We'll see if he's going to mulligan. Goes to 6. And if he is the deck that I'm thinking he is, it means we're going to have plenty of removal for his creatures, and I think we can probably run away with the game. He's also just mulligan to 4. Wow, he is really in tough shape here. Now, I would be very ashamed if we lose to a guy who's mulligan to 4, but we'll have to see. Leads on Evolving Wilds. He's going to sack it right away, so we're going to know what colors he is. Red. Yeah, so I do think this is the blue-red deck. And I am going to cast this Prism because we don't really have any other plays to make besides maybe a Seismic Shudder. And we don't get a land, unfortunately. But we may be able to remove this. Yeah, so he is the Wee Dragonauts Kiln Fiend deck. I would like to at least get a land, but we don't. So we're going to go ahead and just take this out now. And that's going to be our turn. For me, the main thing against these decks is that we want to remove every threat that they have available. So that is my main strategy, and with the amount of burn that we have in our hand, I think we'll be okay. So he chose to shuffle. He gets a land out of the deal, and he might be ahead on lands if we don't draw one, but otherwise we're just going to play draw go. If he plays a threat, we're going to remove it again. And he's really debating. He's going to probe us, so he's going to see that we have nothing but burn spells. And he gets a verbal reaction there. I don't. Whoa, he's a little upset. Maybe he's glad. Maybe he's upset. I don't know what to say. I'm not going to respond because I don't know what to say. Oh. I'm not sure how to respond to that, but I'll just sit here and wait. He concedes, so we get game 1 in short order. So we know he's playing Delvers, Kiln Fiends, Wee Dragonauts, some burns, some counter spells, so we need to kind of plan accordingly to deal with all of that. That's a lot to deal with. The first thing I'm looking at that I think I want to remove is the Capsize. It's very slow, it's very expensive, and he plays counter magic, so it's kind of subpar on all counts. I also want to remove the Seismic Shudder. Absolutely want to remove that. And that opens up some room for us. Just wondering what else we want to get rid of. The arrows are a little slow on the draw. But I think we could probably keep them. I may decide to remove some of those. The Prohibits are going to hit almost everything in his deck. Muldrifter might be a bit slow. Ghostly Flicker is probably okay. Condescend might be able to be removed for something a little more effective. Now, Pyroblast in the board might be worth looking at. As well as Dispel. I think we just want to go on the plan of removing as many of his creatures as we possibly can. So I don't even think I'm going to bring in Dispel. On the draw, we might want to take out something like Deprive, and maybe even the Condescends, and just bring in some of this other counter magic. So Pyroblast is going to hit Delver. It's going to hit, I think we'll go with a 2-2 split of these cards. It's going to hit Delver. It's going to hit Dragonauts. So it doubles as a removal spell, and we have all this removal for him. So our plan is just to take away all his threats, and then he has no way of winning. So that's our plan. It's game 2. We're on the draw against Blue-Red Delver / Kiln Fiend. Instants and sorceries deck, but fortunately our deck is also instants and sorceries heavy. So here we don't have a removal spell, but we do have a lot of draw. So I think we can keep this, and he's kept his 7, so he's got a better 7 here. But fortunately for us, we do not run into a turn 1 Delver of Secrets, which might have been a problem for a hand like this. But as it stands, I think we might be okay here. So he's going to just lay out the Kiln Fiend. That's going to resolve. We need to try and draw into a removal spell very soon. So we're gonna draw, and we're gonna try and hit that. Otherwise, we're gonna take a ton of damage this turn. I thought we brought in a lot of removal, but maybe this keep was a little suspect. So Distortion Strike is going to mean we take 6 damage, or I guess it's 5 damage. And he's going to be unblockable next turn. Now we're going to take 9 damage, and we're going to take the same next turn if we're not careful. So that's 18. Oh, wow, that's actually lethal. Okay, so we are actually dead here. He had the nut draw, and we are just going to die to this. So we had a Thunder coming up, but not much else. So it looks like it's really imperative that we bring in, or that we keep a hand with removal. I don't know that we want to. I guess on the play, Condescend is going to be better than Dispel. He does have a lot of, from what we can tell, he has quite a few sorceries. So I think that's the only change I want to make. And we want to make sure that we keep a hand with removal this time. I don't think we want the Deprive or anything. So let's go. Alright, it's game 3. We lost incredibly quickly. Lost on turn 3. We're going to play first. And this hand is much better because we do have some removal. So we're not going to mulligan. And we are going to lead on a mountain so we can take out a Delver. He's debating whether he wants to keep his hand. He may be a little creature light, and he's wondering if he wants to keep. He may actually have a 1-lander or something like that. He keeps, so we're gonna lead on that mountain and see what he has to say about it. The Ghostly Flicker makes his hand a little bad, but I think 2 removal spells is about as good as we're gonna get. Yeah, we'll let that resolve, and then we're gonna hit it with the Electrostatic Bolt. Okay, so he's gonna do that. Maybe he should have done that before casting the Delver. I'm not sure, but our plan is just to, remove his team. It's possible he has Spire Golem, but I highly doubt it. So here we go. I think we may use the Mole Drifter as a divination. It really depends on what we draw next turn. It's going to Preordain. That's going to resolve. See what he does with the Preordain. Puts both on bottom. And he might have a second Delver. So this we're also going to remove. It's going to free us up to cast a divination. And hopefully draw into some more action. Both of our Ghostly Flickers are dead right now. We get a Prism and another Mole Drifter, so that's not too bad. Okay. So he might have a Dragonauts here. Nope. Now he's running dry. So we have enough to hard cast our Mole Drifter, so now I'm just actually going to cast his Prophetic Prism. He may counter it because he doesn't have any other action at the moment. He's debating whether he wants to use a counter, but he doesn't. And I don't know what he's doing. Okay, Una's Grace. That resolves. And we draw another land, so we're going to pass. Next turn, we can cast a Mole Drifter. We could wait until turn 6 to evoke and use a Ghostly Flicker, but for the time being, he's really looking for some threats. Let's see if he shuffles. Come on, shuffle. Shuffle. Doesn't shuffle. Yikes. So here's We Dragonauts, and that's a 3-power creature. So we might be in some trouble here. Our draw is Glimmer Post. So we could evoke the Mole Drifter. I think we just want to cast it. He's going to remove it. We're going to take some damage, but I don't think we'll be dead. because this guy only gets +2. So he'd have to have some really good stuff to be able to nab us there. Okay. So this is going to be dicey for a turn. Not a whole lot we can do. So he's going to kind of go nuts. And from there, alright, he's unblockable. He's going to deal at least 4. So that's a lot of damage. It's no joke. And the same thing's going to happen next turn. So we'd really like to draw into a Flame Slash, and we'll have backup for that. So now it's going to be, I don't know how much, it's a lot. It's getting very dangerously close to us dying. Okay, so if he has 2 more spells, we're dead. Okay, well, it's a coin flip at this point. I really don't know what to say. Flame Jab takes us to 19. And it looks like we're going to take 16. Oh, okay, never mind. We are dead. So this was the deck I wanted to face, but apparently it gets crazy draws like that and it can just kill us. So we were actually going to hit a Pyroblast with this Compulsive Research. So we narrowly lose to Assault Strobe. Thanks guys for watching. We'll come back for round 4. Hopefully take down this daily, get a 3-1 result.